Hello again, YouTube. Petey Two Finger coming at you here with some vape review stuff. Today I have the FLAWLESS Nautilus Mini. This is a widely accepted as a top-of-the-line little device, extremely affordable, very difficult to find anything bad to say about this little guy. So I'm really excited about this review. And special thanks, this is being brought to us by Smoke and Mist company out of Tempe, Arizona. Smoke and Mist is a company involved in the Zample box, so you may be familiar with them from that. They offer a very wide selection of flavorful and top-of-the-line premium e-liquids at extremely affordable prices. Also running excellent deals and values on excellent vape equipment. Basically all of your vape needs in one place. So I did put a link to Smoke and Mist in the description. I encourage you to go over there and take a look at the Smoke and Mist difference. There is giveaways, there's a blog, there's all sorts of fantastic information. They just ran a Memorial Day sale. It was 50% off on all e-liquid, which I have never seen a sale at 50% off on all of e-liquid anywhere. So definitely want to give them a click and take a look at what's going on. Back to the FLAWLESS Nautilus Mini, as I mentioned, universally accepted as a heavenly, sent from heaven. And I mean, I do have to say, my personal feeling on this is yes, it's the best tank. It really is. The coils are everything about it. But I do have to say that, in my opinion, it may be lending itself to standing on the shoulders of a lot of other developments. It seems like there's a lot of devices out there that work really well in one fashion or another, but there's like that one thing about it. It leaks, or it might do this, it might do that. Seems like when they designed the Aspire, the folks at Aspire, they kind of took a lot of different ideas and combined them, a lot of the good stuff, into one element. And they also they did these BVC coils. That's them, that's their design. Although you could argue that it's modernizing of an old successful technology, being the atomizer style design. All I know is that my personal experience is I made some poor decisions coming up. I really wasn't watching the right videos, a lot of time-consuming videos, a lot of people's channels that I didn't care for, or felt like I wasn't really getting honest reviews. So I made a lot of poor decisions. I ended up getting some fake Nautilus coils. They were supposed to be one thing. They were supposed to be authentic. What I received were knockoffs in a knockoff box that looked close, but they weren't even BVC, and they tasted awful. I had to send these back. I had waited a real long time to get them. There was RMA emails going back and forth. It was just an absolute nightmare. When they sent me this stuff back, I got the wrong stuff again. Eventually giving in after like a 3-month period and purchasing some authentic Nautilus coils. The 1.6 ohm ones were what I got. In the meantime, I am using this Nautilus tanks. I had more than one using these coils, and I ran those devices for 3 months on a single set of coils. I think I had 3 tanks going with the same coil for 3 months, using them every day. And those coils, I never really noticed any significant, like, oh, this is really, I can't taste the juice, or they're not performing well. When I got the proper replacement coils and installed them, I'm thinking, well, I'm really going to taste some difference. And I didn't. So I don't know if that's, my taste buds are so fried from all the smoking, I can't tell. All I can tell you is my impression of these Nautilus coils is that, I mean, you know, with the Kanger Pro Tank stuff, I bought some of that, and people were saying, oh, these coils last anywhere between a week up to 3 weeks. I'm thinking, well, that's good, because it's locally I'm paying $10 for a 5-pack of coils, and I certainly can't afford to be replacing these constantly. And what I found was those Kanger coils, 3 days for me. And if I replaced them, I noticed a huge difference. And they were leaking. I would always get a bump coil. The resistances would be all over the place. So hats off to the folks at Nautilus. This mini tank and your BVC coil, unbelievable game changer, revolutionary device. So taking a look inside the box, this is from Smoke and Mist. They're available for $22.99 from Smoke and Mist. And again, orders over 50 receive free shipping. They do have all sorts of fantastic flavors of e-liquid available with a replacement guarantee if you don't care for it. So the Aspire Nautilus is a stainless steel and Pyrex glass design, graduated markings. It does come with a beauty ring, so if you were to screw this on to a Ego style battery like this, you know, let's just quickly, without the beauty ring, it would look like that. There would be a little bit of a in there, and then this beauty ring is like a nice curved flange, just so it looks a little bit nicer if that's how you choose to run this device. Looks a little bit more aesthetically, things like line and form smooth out, and the unit ships with 2 of these revolutionary BBC coils. Now, what's so special about the coil, besides the fact that they last so long, is their consistency. This coil gives me a fantastic balance between the vapor production and the flavor experience. Gives me a balanced, what I would call just a saturated, dense vape. It's what I like. It isn't too hot, although, again, it is an adjustable device. It has a built-in 4-port air channel with a ball bearing. It's really quiet. Probably hear my mouse before you hear. We have a pet mouse. Now, it is a 4-port adjustable airflow system with a locking ring. It snaps into place when you turn it, and it's very well designed. I've had other, I had some clone Nautilus tanks that fell apart. They were $6 cheaper. They were like 18, and maybe the full-size Nautilus was 24 or 26, I forget. I went to save a buck, and boy, I ended up regretting that. I had one, the air adjuster completely fell apart. The other one, I'm walking, I had it in a lanyard, and all of a sudden, boop, it just popped itself separated from where it's pressed together and broke. Which, that was a cruel twist of fate. And if you know me, I don't walk fast. I walk very, very slow. So our adjustable airflow automatic air adjustment, which is not automatic, runs between 0.8, 1.1, 1.4, and 1.8 millimeter. And I find that not only does this adjust the amount of pull sensation or restriction on the device, but it does affect the warmth, the density, and the flavor. So you can really fine tune your vape if you're using something like what was shipped here, the eLeaf iStick. This is the iStick 30 that was shipped as an accompaniment piece for this tank. You can see who wouldn't want to take that home. This is a perfect match made in heaven. And I find that utilizing an iStick I brought this up to my wife going back a couple months ago. I said, if I knew a smoker and they came to me and wanted to know my opinion, I'd say, well, you could eliminate all the mucking around with little e-cigs and ego batteries and pro tanks and all that stuff, and just go straight to, straight for the gold and get yourself an Aspire Nautilus Mini with an iStick, and you'd be set. And why would I say that? Well, I feel this combination here is as close to perfection as you can get, and I would recommend this to the most experienced, jaded, cloud chasing, expert sport vapor that's been around since, vaping since 1999, all the way up to a very new beginner, a complete person who was going to attempt to quit smoking. If I was to attempt to find anything wrong with the Aspire Nautilus Mini, it certainly would be nitpicking. Now we have the stainless Pyrex detachable drip tip. There's no wiggle in the device. In order to refill it, you unscrew the bottom. It's actually, counting the coil, it's a 5-piece device. If we count the drip tip, the coil, the base, the top, and the glass. And I should mention this genuine Aspire Mini Nautilus. Replacement glass tanks are available if you find yourself that you dropped it. You can go ahead and get yourself a replacement tank from Nautilus. They're very affordable. I believe they're only a couple of dollars. So this is a stock coil. The unit ships with 2 of these revolutionary BVC coils. So your coil, this is a 1.6 ohm coil. 4.2 to 5 volts is their guesstimation, approximation. It is a adjustable center pin, which just means that it's going to be flexible, and whatever you're screwing onto, it's going to make contact. So you go ahead and take your coil, which you screw that into the base. There is this hefty silicone ring that is like a massive sealing gasket. That typically a gasket is a little rubber ring, like a rubber band that can wear out, or you could lose it if you were cleaning it. This is like a hefty pressed in piece of silicone. So that again is one of those revolutionary, really smart, you know, someone had their thinking cap on that day. I'm going to go ahead and fill this with some smoke and mist plush. I'm going to be reviewing this e-liquid in another video, so I'm not going to comment so much on what I find the experience vaping, but this is going to be my first time enjoying the plush e-liquid from Smoke and Mist. So we'll go ahead and fill that up to just under the chimney line. Actually, yeah, I left a pretty big gap there. This is 3 milligram nicotine. I believe it is 70 PG, 30 VG. My personal experience with the Nautilus Mini is it doesn't care what you throw at it. I've run 50-50, I've run 70-30, I've run 30-70, I've run max VG liquid, and I have not run into issues with wicking or burnt taste. This is what's so fantastic, besides how long the coils last with this device, about, you know, not having to replace the coil for 3 months, which, I mean, they're not that expensive. You could theoretically. That was a situation of me getting the wrong ones and being shipped bad ones back. But the coils are genuinely amazing in the balance of the flavor and vapor production, and the fact that they wick so well. You never really get a dry hit, even if you're chain vaping off of this device. So what you find is the performance is just outstanding. It doesn't leak. It's consistent. It gives you this fantastic vape. The airflow is adjustable. There really is nothing to complain about, nothing not to like with the Aspire. Here's a pack of the coils. These are the BVC. Let's see what ohms these are. Doesn't really matter so much. There's 1.6 and 1.9. Both of these available, readily available at smokeandmist.com for, I believe they are 12 bucks, $11.99 for a 5-pack. So I do recommend, if you're going to be picking one of these guys up, go ahead and get yourself a set of replacement coils. You'll be set for a while. Now, this is my personal, unmodified, never had to mess with this thing. Ran a coil in it for 3 months. My Nautilus Mini that I absolutely love so much. Screwing this onto the eLeaf iStick 30. I did a video review for this iStick. I'm going to go ahead and set this. I'm going to bump it up to 9.5. You know what? I'm going to bring it down. Let's start off low. 8.5 watts. This is what I typically vape at. I'm going to adjust that airflow ring down to the second lowest airflow. Take a couple of primer puffs. This is the Plush e-liquid. Let's go ahead and open her all the way up, and I'm going to bring this up to 11.5 watts, which normal, it's at 12. A normal glassomizer tank, something like a Kangaroo Pro Tank 2, you'd be in trouble vaping this at 12 watts. let's take it up to, I'm going to take it up to 16. 16.5. And let's see what happens. It was a little bit warm, not surprisingly not that much. I do have the airflow, yeah, it's set on the wide open or 1.8 millimeter air opening. Wow, it's a little bit warm, but it's not burnt. It's still flavorful. I'm gonna guess if I adjust this a little bit, bring it down closer to reality, I'm gonna really be able to enjoy this flavor. So yeah, the the Nautilus Mini, Aspire Nautilus Mini, it's a game changer. There I said it. This is just an absolutely fantastic, super thumbs up. Combining it with the iStick 30, we have a sleek, slim, dare I say sexy, portable little instant quit smoking solution. Get yourself some e-liquid. You could choose to not mess around, go right for the gusto. Get this set up here, and I'm going to go ahead and personally guarantee that you're going to be able to quit smoking. You're going to be able to do it, and you're not even going to be able to break a sweat. Actually, you're going to come back in a couple weeks and thank me, because you are going to end up enjoying vaping so much. It is so much more enjoyable and pleasurable, flavorful when you're getting good juice. If you get some like really, mall e-liquid, like if you're buying the stuff at the Smoking Pagoda at the mall with that guy, the dubious character that's, looking at something he probably shouldn't be looking at on his iPad, you may not enjoy vaping so much. So I would highly recommend, if you're attempting to quit smoking, at least get something that's going to work. You might not want to mess around with the e-cig like the Marlboro Mark 10. The blue type devices I found did not work at all. Very frustrating experience. The Ego style battery with the proper tank clearomizer worked a lot better. That was the first day I was able to actually not smoke. But when I got the Nautilus Mini and I got my e-leaf iStick, then it was like I had nothing to worry about. There really isn't any tinkering. It's kind of just fill it and go, and the enjoyment level it's through the roof. So thank you very much to Smoking This for providing me the opportunity to represent these wonderful products. Nautilus Mini, super thumbs up. Thank you guys for tuning in and giving me a shot. I appreciate any comments or any of that type of garbage. So let me know what you think, what's going on, if you have any thoughts or recommendations. And I wanted to give everyone a sincere thank you for all the support. So you guys take it easy, and peace.